Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's show. It's the Newcastle Racers Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network right here at Luigi's in Newcastle in the Tri-City area. We're glad you're joining us, and we have a good crowd. Look at the people here on site here in person. And if you're joining us online tonight, we also extend a welcome to you. If you're watching us on demand later on in the week, well, we hope you will enjoy the show as well.
Doesn't it smell good in here, Gene?
It smells wonderful, and you still have time to make it in. We're at 117 Northwest 32nd Street, which is an address that people may not be familiar with, but we're right across from Brahms, if you will, on the Service Road on the north side of Highway 37.
I know right where that's
just a little, just a little ways east of Walgreens. You know, you hear the famous people say, "We're right here. We're right here at Luigi's," and you and I are right here at Luigi's. My name's Gene Reed, and this is my friend, my partner, my sidekick, and now famous because he's on the Coaches Show, Keith Cleghorn. And Keith, welcome, but also let me say a shout-out to our producer, Mr. Uriah Martinez. He does all the important things to keep us on the air.
He's over here hidden, but he does a lot of all the important things, just making sure that
He does it. We have a great show lined up for tonight. We have a couple of our coaches, as always. Tonight, our first guest is going to be Coach Jason Wilson. You talk about celebrity, yeah, he's big time. We'll be introducing him in a few moments. Also, Coach Quentin Blue will be a guest, and then we'll be joined by the MVP for the week, Mr. Alex Schumard. Wow, and we have a special guest to wrap things up tonight. In the last section, we're glad to have the principal of Newcastle High School, Mr. Adam Hull. He's going to visit with us and talk a little bit not only about football, but some of the other big-time sports going on for the Racers right now.
A lot of things going on.
And I want to get keys to the game from Mr. Hull and from Keith. So, Keith, what's happening, brother?
Wow, what an incredible game last week. Gene, remember the last word I said to you last week is, hey, partner, when we come back next week, you know what we're going to be talking about?
Yep.
A big W. And I'll tell you, one thing that I got to add is that you ever sit at the railroad crossing and the train's coming and you hear that ding, ding, ding?
The boxcars.
That's what I think Blanchard kept hearing last night. They kept hearing the train coming over and over and over, and it was just coming. And what an incredible performance by our team last week.
Boy, it was fun. It's always fun. We have our rivalry games, and we talk about them every year, and we look forward to them. And sometimes we're smiling big time. Sometimes we're not quite. But, that's how it is. And to get a win over really a solid Blanchard team, Racers win 63-40. It was a kind of a flagorama. Wasn't it?
Gene, they were flying like birds. They were coming out of the pockets from an old referee. I don't know how many they had in each pocket, but they were just coming out of there like crazy.
Yeah, I thought some of them were spring-loaded that came out so fast, but you know what? That's part of the game. We sometimes pick on the refs. Sometimes it's the ref's fault. Sometimes the refs will say, "Hey, it's the player's fault." If I didn't need to throw a flag, I wouldn't. So
depends on which side you're throwing. You're talking about.
That's right. So let's talk about this game. Newcastle, like I said, prevailed 63-40.
Wow.
And it never felt even that close. I mean, that's a pretty big gap, but it felt even bigger than that.
It really wasn't that close. It was a dominating performance by our young men all the way across.
Balanced, Keith, between in the air and on the ground.
Wow, the young man that was orchestrating the offense, Blake Criswell, is just fantastic. But it was the whole team. The front line blocking, what an incredible performance by them. The young men catching the ball on the offense, it was just all the way across.
Well, you were talking about Blake Creswell quite a bit last week, and well said.
Yes.
Blake was 16 of 22 in passing for 228 yards. He had 3 touchdown passes.
Yep.
One of those was to Taylor Bradford, for 23-yard touchdown catch, and 2 more were to Alex Schumard, our MVP tonight. One for 37 yards and one for 24 yards. So 3 touchdown passes, very good. And by the way, we're going to be talking about the MVP, but some of these names you're going to be hearing here, there could have been a lot of game balls given to that game Friday night.
Gene, we have to talk about every game no matter what the outcome is, but, man, what a game we get to talk about this week. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so that was really fun. And we said it was balanced, 228 in the air, 214 yards on the ground. We have some great runs. And before I get too far into it, I want to tell you, for every great play, every great run, every great pass. There's some great blocking, and on the line, downfield, both.
How about the big men on the front on both sides? I'm going to tell you, from a big guy, I was so excited. I was jogging in place. Those guys just had me going. They were excited.
The big guys did their job. They were opening up holes, and if a hole didn't open up, the running backs made it happen. Taylor Bradford, TJ, had 25 carries for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ben Rogers, 7 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown. And that touchdown covered some ground. That was a 63-yard touchdown run by number 24, Ben Rogers. So
let me say, it was beautiful.
We went through scoring that way. We found some other ways to score. We had 2 pick sixes. Mr. Alex Schumard, once again, 38-yard interception, return for a touchdown. And Centaurio Boykin, a 75-yard interception, run back for a touchdown. And we're not through yet. We found another way to score, and that is a kickoff return. Centaurio Boykin, 81 yards, touchdown return.
Gene, how about when the returning team just anticipates the ball going out of the end zone, and they don't even stand there to return it, and they had to go back and get the ball one time because they thought he's just going to kick it out the back of the end zone.
So you're talking about the kickoff. Madrano had kicked off 9 times. We scored 9 times, so he kicked off 9 or 10 times, I guess, because of the halftime. All but one of those was a touchback.
Yes.
And to your point, the one time it wasn't a touchback, the 2 deep players for Blanchard had already started walking forward, assuming it was going in. And as you said, one of them had to go back and get it. I mean, not making light of that. It's just that he was so consistent.
That's how talented that young man is, and what a huge advantage for us when he just kicks it out of the
and speaking of points, he also scored 9 PATs. So what a good job there. That means the special teams had a big part of this game. No one blocked anything. More kudos to the line blocking. And Ashton Schumard, number 2, the other Schumard, was a holder on all of those plays. They all did a great job. So kudos to the Racers. It was a great game.
So proud of our whole team, Gene. It wasn't just one young man. It was both sides, the special teams, the offense, the defense. I was thinking this week, what am I going to say? And I wanted to cover every position because that's how exciting it was. It was just incredible performance by the young men.
Well, we said a dozen times, the coaches pick out some recognition, but if as you and me, we'd be giving out dozens of game balls because we're so proud of all the players. Tomorrow night, home game, Elgin. The Elgin Owls will be here at Racer Stadium, so get ready for that. So we're getting ready. We're going to take a break, but we're going to be talking to both Jason Wilson and to Coach Quentin Blue.
How about a couple of fun guys to talk about?
I look forward to that, and we'll be asking them about the game last Friday night, and also obviously their thoughts on tomorrow night's game. And our special guest, again, will wrap up tonight with Mr. Adam Hull. Look forward to having him here. Let's take a quick break. Coming up, Coach Jason Wilson. We'll be right back. Just before we go, let me just say one more time, thank you to Luigi's. What a great place to get to have the coaches show. The one problem is the aroma in here makes me want to go eat instead of talking on the microphone.
Got an hour set up and then an hour for the show, but I'm going to tell you, folks, come out. Even if we're not here, come out. It's the best Italian food you'll ever eat.
Our thanks to Luigi's for hosting us. You're watching the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
And we are back here on the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We're at Luigi's at 117 Northwest 32nd Street in Tri-City area of Newcastle. We're glad you're here. And we're here every Thursday night, 6:30. Join us. Join us online when you can't make it in. But we encourage you to come in and have some great Italian food with us here at Luigi's.
Hey, Gene, we talk about how good the food is here. We talk about how many people come over here and eat. I just got a text. Jess and Wyatt are watching us from Mexico. Now, how full is that? Okay, they come here and eat. How's that?
Very good.
How's that?
Very good. Hey, we're joined now by Coach Jason Wilson.
Yeah.
He's on offense. He coaches offense. Probably does have a lot of different duties, but primary assignment is the tight ends for offense. Keith, he's a bit of racer royalty here. He's a long time. He played for the Racers.
Yeah.
Newcastle graduate. Went to college. Became famous up there. He's the Luigi's manager here. Having the Luigi managers this close to the Coaches Show is very important to us.
Hey, how many coaching staffs have a coach that coaches as well as him, as young as him, and can cook as good as him? And I'm going to tell you, there are not very many coaching staffs that got on their staff.
We are glad, and but he's just part of the fam here at Luigi's,
yeah,
and hey, a great family it is. We'll have to talk sometime about the Luigi family, the Scafetta family, the Wilsons, the Johnsons. It's a great bunch. We're so glad they're here in Newcastle and across the state of Oklahoma.
Good friends to us and wonderful people.
So, Jason, we'll get around to you eventually, bragging about you, but tell the fans a little bit about yourself. I've talked about one of your assignments. Any other assignments, not only on the team, but at the Newcastle schools or whatever?
Yeah, so I also coach 7th and 8th grade football for Newcastle.
Busy man.
Yeah, and then I'm still on laundry this year, so
laundry.
That's my other duty.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. How'd you not get off that duty? You got some new guys. How did you not shuffle that off to one of those other guys?
Well, I got out of it because I don't have to do signs. So that's like the two big ones. So that's a trade-off.
And by the way, who's not crazy about 7th and 8th grade programs, because they're coming up, and for the last several years we've had the other Coach Wilson, Coach Judd Wilson, and other coaches working with these middle school and freshman players who are becoming such an integral part of the program. So really glad to hear that you're working with that group. And Keith, ask a question of Jason.
I want to ask you a couple questions. Given the what position in college, and I did ask you a little bit earlier about this, but I want you to tell us, where'd you go to college at? What position did you play? And kind of tell us about that a little bit. And did you coach in there, or is this the first place you came?
Yeah, so I was in Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan, at Davenport University for all 4 years. And my first 3 I played, and then my last one I actually came on the staff, kind of like a GA position.
Yep, graduate assistant.
While I was finishing my degree.
Yes.
So I was a tight end, so same position I coach. And then, that was.
So you coached tight end up there, and so when you came here.
So up there, I was more like. So we actually did instant replay on the sideline.
Okay.
So I kind of took that over on game days, and then during the week I assisted on the field.
So were you coaching? Were you up in the box, or were you down on the field?
So for we had a whole booth down on the field that I got to run with. It had a whole iPad and a TV set up. So. Yeah, refs would.
Well, this is not on the sheet, but would you rather be up there or down on the field?
I'm definitely on the field type
I
of
agree
person.
with you 100%.
The energy you get from on the field.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
So
Yeah.
not that your dad ever bragged about you or anything like that, but we constantly got updates on you up there. But I'm not sure who, maybe your dad, maybe your mom, who kept us all informed of how great a job that you're doing up there. But sincerely, they are so proud of you, and we're proud of you to leave Newcastle and go for the kids that go on and play ball and do so well. So,
Gene, do you think that Mom and Dad are proud of him and they keep taking pictures? You think they're taking pictures of us?
he's the one who's smiling for every
that's exactly right.
picture.
I think they're taking the picture of him.
What was I going to ask? Oh, so yeah. Naturally, if that was your position, you're on tight ends here, but you could you know. Usually you guys get moved around and coach other things anyway, but you've got to be comfortable starting off with this for high school assignment, right? On tight ends. And
Yeah, for sure. It was actually kind of like meant to be kind of thing. We didn't have a tight ends coach last year.
Oh,
and
okay.
So it was open, and that was
good.
It was literally perfect timing. Honestly,
Did you have to interview for it?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Well, very good. So how do you teach? I mean, coach tight ends, you got a big old guy, and you say catch the ball when they throw it to you, right?
As I asked him earlier, I said, let me see your hands. You got catching hands or you got blocking hands? And he held them up, and I said, they look like they can catch. So he's a tight end coach that wants to catch the ball.
When JT Catch, when we heard that a new coach called Catch was coming in, we thought he might be a tight ends or receiver guy.
I know it. We talked about that, yeah.
Anyway, this is supposed to be about you, Jason. So
I was about to say that big number 41. You've seen him catch the ball a couple times this year.
Yes.
So,
hey, by the
trying.
way, I'm glad you said that. He's referring to Jaden Fletcher and the tight end program. Racer fans, all high school fans are crazy about the opportunity of getting that tight end involved in the game.
Oh yeah.
And he's involved, even if he doesn't have the ball thrown to him,
right.
The blocking he does and everything like that. So you're involved with all that, right?
Absolutely, yes, sir. Run game, pass game, the whole nine, yes, sir.
Hey, let me ask you a question. How cool is it? Your dad's on the staff, obviously. He's been here a long time. Obviously, you work here. It's a family-owned business. You manage this. But how cool is it to be able to sit in the room where you played sports, okay, and now be able to coach and look over and see your dad? And that's got to be just a really cool thing to do.
It really, I can't even explain the feeling. Especially, I mean, he never coached my position, but having him there, it's one of a kind thing. I can't even explain it to you.
I know it's a natural answer, but is that the guy you gravitate just for the natural answer on every question you have?
I mean, you might not believe it, but as soon as practice is over, I'm literally telling him every little bit, picking his brain, because me and him, first of all, we talk like in a different way. We communicate so well together. So.
Right.
He's my dude. That's the dude I go to.
Well, how about the other coaches? Is there anyone else you kind of establish a relationship with? That's going to be a natural.
Right.
But another younger coach or one of the older coaches, anyone in particular that I don't want to put you on the spot because someone will say, who do you relate to?
So last year it was we had a few young coaches, and I'm the youngest one, obviously.
Right.
But this year we have like a whole staff of young coaches, and it's really weird. Like even the older coaches, I say my dad, the older ones.
Right.
We all, like, over the summer, there was times we cooking out, hanging out at the house, just having a good time. So there's a really tight bond between our coaching staff.
I see that. I hear Coach Brickman and the other coaches talking about some of the events they have and everything. That is great to hear, and it's just a lot of camaraderie. And you kind of stole my question there a little while because I thought sure you'd be off of laundry duty now. Now, how did you know what? I missed what you said. You rather do that than what?
So there's a bunch of different side jobs that each coach has, and one of them is signaling too, like on the sidelines during games. And so I was.
So you take dirty laundry over that?
Yeah.
That's a hectic job.
No,
unless you're the decoy,
right.
Any of us could be the decoy.
Yeah, right.
I say that.
There's some pressure on it for when you're mid-game trying to signal. Yeah.
Right.
Jason, incredible game last week, and I know we're about to play another game in just less than 24 hours, and we'll go on to that in just a second. But how proud were you of the guys last week at Blanchard? And just, one thing that started right away that I felt we had to do, and that's we started quick.
Fast start.
Yep.
We had a fast start, and it just changed the momentum of the game just quickly to our direction. But what was something you were really just proud of our guys?
That for sure, and definitely the physicality that we brought to the field, especially after the week before. It's never easy to lose like you did the week before.
Right.
Coming out and them dudes just full out, going full speed, flying around and laying people out. It was awesome to see. Loved hearing it too.
Any big takeaways? That's got to be one of your big takeaways. Anything else that just
that, and really for our we like to get the ball to 1, 5, and 8, but having more playmakers, that was really one thing that we emphasized after, especially Tuttle, is just having dudes that want to make plays. That was a huge thing that we needed.
It had to be just so exciting for the team because it was a team performance and it was a dominating team performance. And I'm going to tell you, for two Racer fans, to just be able to just enjoy that was an incredible show.
And it was the last time we beat Blanchard since 2020 when I graduated. So
no kidding. All
right. I'm not joking. So that was nice. That was really nice.
We're glad for that. Good folks down there in Blanchard.
Oh, absolutely.
And they scored on us.
Oh yeah,
they scored some touchdowns, but it always felt like we got ahead, and when they did score a time or two, we answered right away and then answered again. So I always felt comfortable. But to their credit, they moved the ball too, and
sure.
I know they're. And with the flags or penalties, stuff like that, I don't want to make a big deal of that, but that still gives you some coaching opportunities, doesn't it, going into this game for tomorrow?
Getting to see that and then showing our guys how they responded, like they responded well. They came back out and kept going. They didn't let that negatively impact them, so it was awesome.
All right, Coach, on to just what we're just about to see, and you guys have been studying all this week, and what are we expecting from the Elgin defense? I know they're physical, they're fast. Kind of break that down just a little bit because they're a talented team, ranked number 1 in 4A coming here. But we are talented all over the field, and that is something that we're extremely proud of.
Yeah. No, I one thing that's really stood out to me with Elgin is their speed, and because defense. So I'm more watching the defensive side.
Right.
When you watch defensively, they don't do anything crazy. They're not stunting or flying dude like the safety. They won't blitz nobody crazy, but they will fly around to the ball and they will hit you in the mouth. So we definitely are going to be ready for it. But yeah, it's
good.
I'm really excited.
How about line to line? How do we match up with them on the line, on both sides of the line?
So I think that's one area we'll actually be really well. We're our game plan this week. We're telling our O-line, just like we did the week before, we want to run the ball. So it's we're planning on handing it to 5. I mean, that's
Keith and I we do this on the OSN shows. We show a lot of respect for these teams that are really good, and we talk them up and talk about how good they are and how tough it's going to be. We show them respect, but we don't doubt our ability to do it either. So we're confident with that. But yet, that.
Hey, Gene, I said this to you earlier this week. I have season tickets in Stillwater, Oklahoma tomorrow night. And you know where I'm going to be? I'm going to be right here watching the Racers beat Elgin.
Good for you.
Yes, sir.
So, again, you saw my notes ahead of time, I'm sure, because I was going to say, how's it to coach with your dad? Is he really tough on you as a coach? And now you're not going to say he's tough. You're going to say –
look at Dad stare at him now like this better be a good answer.
I actually think the reason I got laundry again was because he was laundry. He was laundry before this. So it's actually probably one of our pretty difficult jobs. I mean, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of dudes. We got a whole bunch of players. So
hardly anyone knows. And sometimes I'm just in a area where – you all are dealing with things and talking about things, and none of us know everything that goes into it. But man, we're impressed. We're really glad I'm glad you were able to be our guest tonight. We're proud to have you. We're really proud of you being part of the management team here as well.
Oh, yeah.
And you take good care of us every night.
What an incredibly talented young man for his age. It just impresses an old guy like me.
You're pretty good at your age too, though. So
well, I appreciate that. I don't know. I don't know how impressive that is, but thank you for the compliment.
Jason, thank you very much.
Yes,
we'll take
sir.
a break here. And when we come back, we're going to be joined by another coach of the defensive line coach is Coach Quentin Blue.
All smiles with him.
All smiles. We'll be back. You're watching the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Stuck inside for Wi-Fi? Not this summer. With Pioneer Fiber, get backyard Wi-Fi up to 950 feet from your home. So you can binge, game, Zoom, or work straight from your hammock. Add it for just $9.95 a month or get it free with a gig bundle. That's cheaper than your cold brew fix. Visit a Pioneer store or gopioneer.com and level up your summer.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
Okay, all right. Any better?
College is more than just
No.
going to class.
No?
College is a journey.
Any better at all?
It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
And we're back. You're watching the Coaches Show here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We are at Luigi's in Newcastle. We're glad you're joining us. A lot of good folks having a lot of good food.
Gene, I got a pizza to go tonight, and that's what I'm taking home tonight.
It's going to be good, and the people are enjoying, they're having good visit one another, but they're also enjoying the great Luigi's food. Hey, Top Racer is here, by the way. Top Racer is here.
I'm going to tell you, if you don't believe she's a top racer, just go on the website and look at the first name up there.
Yep. Superintendent of Newcastle Public Schools, Dr. Kathy Walker, joins us pretty frequently here. I feel special when she comes in.
She's an incredible supporter of our school, but also our community.
we've got top racer, and we also have top coach. Top coach just walked in, athletic director, Coach Jeff Brickman. Hey, we're here. We're glad you're joining us, and we better get with our next guest here because we're really proud to get him.
Look at this smile on this guy. If you can't love this guy by the smile,
we're joined now. We're joined now by Coach Quentin Blue. Coach, welcome. Tell us about yourself. You've been on Coach's show before over the past couple of years, but remind people of kind of your background and how you got here and how long you've been here.
Okay, so this is my 9th season. I actually came in with Coach Brickman. I played high school football at Moore High School and then graduated and went to play football at Northwestern Oklahoma State for 2 years, and then eventually just came back into the Metro. One of my coaches at Moore became the DC here at Newcastle, and that's how I ended up applying for the job, interviewed, and then I got it, and I've been here ever since. So,
wow.
Yep, my beautiful wife and kids are here. I got a 4-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son. So
I'm going to tell you, that's a smart husband and a smart daddy right there.
Oh, yeah, I had to sneak them in there for sure.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Now, you got to recognize who's important.
Yes.
Absolutely. Let me ask you a couple questions here, Coach. You said you were one of the earliest coaches here, and you've been here 9 years. How is that such an advantage? Because me and Gene have known each other for a long, long time, and we kind of know the ins and outs of each other. But how does that give you the advantage a lot of times on just coaching, knowing your coaching staff so well?
Man, it's really important. When you're somewhere for so long, you build relationships with everyone within the community, on the coaching staff, the kids. A lot of the kids that I coach now, I knew them when they were in elementary. They were before they even got to middle school. Coached them all through middle school, and now coaching them in high school, which is great. So when Coach Brickman first got here, that's when I came in. So just being able to be here so long, I love the city of Newcastle, man. They've done great things for me, and so it's amazing out here, and I love it.
Well, so your career coincided with Coach Brickman, then? You came here the same year?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yep.
That's a great continuity. From a big guy that played the defensive line and just loved it, because I just love the trenches. Have you always had the D-line? Is that your new assignment? Is that where you've been for a while, or how long have you done that?
So, honestly, man, I love coaching. I've coached every single position besides quarterback and offensive line.
Really?
So this is my second year coaching D-line, the defensive ends. I coach the end and the Viper, so the guys outside the tackles. But I love what I do. I feel like I am pretty knowledgeable about the game, so I kind of just go where Coach Brickman lets me go, and that's how it goes.
So coaches have lots of things, a lot of duties. What are some of the other things? Are you responsible for other activities within the coaching staff or the players?
I actually help coach middle school with Judd Wilson and Jason Wilson. I've been doing that for a really long time. And then I'm the huddle coordinator, so I handle all of our film, all of our practices when we exchange film with other teams. The kids make highlight videos, all that type of stuff. So I'm in charge of all the huddle stuff.
Coach, I said earlier that I thought that Blanchard last week must have thought that they were at the train tracks, and the train just kept coming at them, and they just heard the dinging over and over and over.
Man.
But on the other side of that, when you've been on the defense, how is that to control?
Man, I mean, Blanchard's always been a great team since we've been here. I mean, it's a rival, us, Blanchard and Tuttle. Blanchard's always been a great team. They have a great culture over there. They do a lot of things really well, and so they've always been a firepower on the offensive side of the ball if you've known them for a while. So, of course, I've coached offense and I've coached defense. I'll tell you right now, defense is a lot more stressful because you got to stop the other team, you know what I mean? So, trying to stop a hard team like that, man, a really good team with good players, it's hard to do. And some of that comes with we were up a lot and we put some younger guys in to get some experience. And, you know, of course they're gonna have some flaws and stuff because they're younger players, but they got to get out there
how
to
critical
play.
to get them on the field with such a great team as Blanchard.
Yep.
That's got to be great preparation.
Oh, 100%.
Wow, fantastic. And I'm going to tell you, when you can play that many kids and anytime you can beat Blanchard, I'm happy with that. Okay.
Hallelujah.
But a big takeaway on your part was how did you prepare last week for Blanchard? How did you feel like going into the game? The game prep was just overall. Did you just feel like it was just a natural game plan, that it was just going to be just a machine?
Yeah. The biggest thing is like we have great kids at Newcastle. So going up against a team like Blanchard, you don't have to have you don't have to get in their butt because they know this is like a must-win game every year for them. They want to beat their crosstown rivals. Yep. So practice was great all week, and that just comes from the attitude of we want to beat Blanchard every time we play them. So, I mean, us coaches, we came up with a game plan on Sunday, and we presented it to the team on Monday. And from there, it was like they were ready to go. We were very simple. We told them we want them to just go fly around, have fun, and make plays. And so that was very important for the game plan that week, and they succeeded for sure.
Well, how about now that we've had that win, we've had that victory. It's a big victory. Can't afford to let up or anything like that. So what's your approach now, springboarding off of that?
Yeah, that was actually one of Brickman's biggest messages to the coaches and the team is we got a great win. It's not time to relax. It's time to put your foot on the pedal and keep going,
That's what we like to hear that.
Yes, 100%. I mean, we came in on Sunday with that mindset that Blanchard's over with. It was a great win, but we cannot relax. It's time to keep going and keep going. So our kids are excited about this week as well because of what happened last year and a little bit of other things on social media. So I promise you our boys are ready to play for sure.
I love social media because sometimes they just dig their own hole.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We try not to add to anything on social media.
Yeah.
But,
that's fantastic. Hey, from an old referee and coach, I got to say this is from an old referee, it seemed like that, man, the flags were just a little fly. They were just zinging out there. I at one time I thought, how many do they have? I mean, how many does each one of them have? Because they were just everywhere. And so I've always said you never win and lose a game by flags. You put yourself in the game to win. Our boys played fantastic, but it sure seemed like we had a lot of flags.
Man, I've coached football for 9 years. That's the longest game I've coached in my life. I'm not even lying. It's the longest game I've coached in my life. I looked down at my watch at one point.
That third quarter didn't help any because they really added to it.
I looked down at one point, and it was 9:55, and we were in the third quarter. I was like, this is insane. So,
yeah.
It took a while.
No one likes penalties.
No.
So this is a little story to myself. I'm not making a philosophical statement, but you can prevail even if you do have penalties. And one of the most penalized professional teams ever have been 3 Super Bowl champion teams with the Oakland Raiders. Well, so it doesn't justify, but when I see kids make a mistake or maybe a ref kind of drops a flag a little prematurely, you can still springboard off of that and do well. So that's what I was proud of.
Yep.
A lot of flags went against us, but our kids just hunkered down and kept moving forward. So I was proud to see that.
Yep. I think one of the things you notice early in the year is refs want to throw their flags because it's early in the year. It's the first couple weeks, so they haven't reffed in over a year. You know what I mean? So I think not just our game, but I think refs are very flag happy early in the year.
Trying to get control of it and just do it. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Coach, I said this last week to Gene. I said, hey, we come back next week, we're going to be talking about a W. All right, we talked about a big W. And I'm excited, as I said earlier, about the ball game tomorrow night of getting a W with that because our young men are as talented as anybody in this state, okay? And they're talented in every position. I love how they just believe, okay? And if you believe, you can beat anybody.
100%.
And so I've learned that my whole life playing sports, and if you believe, you'll succeed. And I believe that our boys are going to win tomorrow night. And but let me ask you this question here: what's your keys to that you think that's going to be successful for prepping for tomorrow night?
I mean, I think it's very simple. It's the more physical team is going to win, and we've been preaching that all week. Is like I said, put your foot on the gas, and we got to go hit people in the mouth. It's football, so the key is physicality. Be simple and do your job when you're out there on the field.
So tomorrow night is game number 4 for us. It's still a non-district game. Yep. One of our dads asked, said you ought to remind people why we are in a 4 non-district season, and we were last year as well. Right. And could be a good trivia question, but I didn't know how to handle it as a trivia question. But the fact is, the school, the Guyman schools is in 5A, and they're in our district. But because of their travel and the challenges with being that far out, they got their own independent schedule. So we picked up a fourth non-district game. So we've got Elgin tomorrow night, our fourth game, non-district, and then we enter district play after that. So, but speaking for tomorrow night, what's your message to the fans?
Oh, man, show up. We need everybody there. We need everybody excited and having fun and being loud for the team. It's always fun as a high school student when you get to play in front of a packed crowd. Also, for coaches, I love whenever I walk out there and I see the stadium is packed. It's loud and everybody's having a good time. So just be out. Don't stay at home. I know you can watch the game on OSN, but I promise you it's way better in person than it is on OSN.
And Top Racer, Dr. Walker, is making sure game night is a fun night.
Yep, for sure.
She's kind of challenged the kids, not kids, but the students to make a great showing for racer spirit and everything. And we look forward to a great night. Coach, you're probably one of our favorite. You're probably our favorite. So we're glad to have you here. Jason might have been our favorite until you got here, but now you're our favorite. We're glad to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So proud to have you at Newcastle, part of the Racer family.
Coach, thank you for your loyalty, and I'm going to tell you just that's incredibly honorable that you've stayed here and been here and from just a fan.
So true.
That.
Thank you, man. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we have the MVP, the most valuable player, Mr. Alex Schumar. So we'll take a break. You've been watching the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We are back. This is the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We're at Luigi's. We're having a good time. We weren't sure if the camera was on us just yet because we're yakking it up with our MVP, most valuable player. We're going to introduce him in just a moment. But we are live at on Oklahoma Sports Net. We're here at Luigi's at 117 Northwest 32nd in Tri-City. If you don't mind, Alec, we're going to talk about you as MVP, but the coaches also recognize a lot of members on the program, and I'd like to just mention some of them along the way here first.
Wow.
The coaches have a kind of a strict or a refined grading system for each position and each player.
They grade a little different than me and you.
Yeah, we love them all, and
right.
they love them all.
Absolutely.
But the offensive player of the game for the Blanchard game was none other than Blake Creswell. Our quarterback, we're really proud of him.
Yes.
And when he looks good, it's because a lot of other people help make him good.
Yes, absolutely.
So congratulations, offensive player of the game is Blake Creswell. Defensive player of the game, Mr. Cody Nix, number 71. He had a great game on defense along with the rest of his team. Special Teams Player of the Game. Special Teams,
Wow.
Santorio Boykin.
What a run back. Wow.
Had actually 2 run backs, and something got a little flag happy, but he had 2 great runs, and one counted as a touchdown, so he had a great game. Scout Player of the Week, Mr. Bo Birdsong.
Yes, sir.
The Scout Player of the Week, and how critical is Scout Player getting ready for a team like Blanchard
Yes.
or getting ready for a team like Elgin. The Hammer Award went to Mr. Caden Longman, and the most knockdowns to Garrett Pratt, number 74. So some of the big guys. Some of the big guys got in there and got some good recognition.
Great play by all them young men.
And the MVP, the most valuable player, Mr. Alex Schumard. And we're joined now by Alex. So, Alex, welcome. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Gene. So I've been at Newcastle like my whole entire life. Always been a big fan of the football team, not only because I just love football and love Newcastle, but also because I've had a lot of older brothers, so I've been able to be around the players. I've been a ball boy, and so it's nice to finally be on the fun side, being able to play the game.
Well, we always theorize. So I'm going to ask you: do you agree that MVP selection is probably based on good looks?
Maybe this week, but based off recent
maybe this week.
Based off recent selections, probably not. No.
So finally, it's based properly on good looks.
Yeah,
so not normally,
maybe
but
this
week. What an incredible game, young man! It was not only an incredible game by you, but an incredible game by all of our players. And I'm excited to see you tomorrow night. I'm excited to see all of our players tomorrow night. Quick question: who hits harder, you or your brother Ashton?
I'm a confident.
You don't even know how to answer that question.
I'm a confident guy, but Ashton hits really hard. As far as tackling goes, if it's hand-to-hand combat, then obviously I got to go with myself. Though,
Well, and he got the Hammer Award. I think last week he got the Hammer Award, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
Ashton's really good tackler.
He can hit. What was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. I was going to ask you something about that. Ask another question. You'll come back to me.
All right. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to run down here. What's your role in the team in the huddle? I always love this. Playing sports my whole life is there's some guys that are just performers. Okay, they don't say much, and then there's some guys that are performers and they're loud. Tell me what your role is in the huddle. I mean, you're vocal or you just a performer?
I like outside of huddle, I like getting my guys hyped up. I like talking to them, but as far as in huddle goes, I normally just try to keep my mouth shut, not add any distractions or anything.
So in the high school environment, do the receivers come back and say, call this play, or I'm open, or I'm really good, or do that on the sideline, or what?
No. I mean, if we're on the sideline and I see something that I like that I think will work, I'll talk to the coaches about it. Yeah. Like if I have a corner that's outside leverage on me, I might be like, I feel like we can run a glance route or a post route or an inside breaking route. So, I mean, if I see something, I'll talk to the coaches about it on the sideline. But receivers don't have a big role in that.
Hey, tell us a little simple something here. What's a Saturday look like for you after a hard football game on a Friday night?
I do a lot on Saturday as far as recovery goes. I'm a runner, and so I've kind of had to teach myself, a lot about that. So I do a lot of mobility, deep stretching. I get a upper body lift in. I even do some slow jogging, walking, just to kind of get the lactic acid out, all that type of stuff. And then hot tub. I like getting in the hot tub. That makes my body feel a lot better. Good. I do ice before the night before a game, but as far as after, I like heat. I think that helps more for recovery.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I keep losing my train of thought.
You're down about right
because I'm trying to jump up. I'm trying to work my way back up to these Schumard the brothers. So I was going to try to bait you, but I'm going to kind of avoid that. So what's your goal? Let me see.
What's your goal on yards that you have in a game? I mean,
that's why I've got him here.
Yeah. What do you? I mean, I know last week I'm like, hey, let's get 100 yards on the ground. Let's run, and we need great performance by the quarterback, the receivers. What's your goal?
As far as stats go, for our offense, you can't really set a goal because. Just think about it. You have Centaurio, Caden, TJ, Ben.
Yeah.
There's so many guys, so many mouths to be fed. It's really hard to have a goal as far as stats go because you just never know.
But you want the ball.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely want the
You
ball.
want the ball.
I want the ball every game. Don't get it twisted.
You want the ball. You don't get that choice, but you want the ball.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but I just want to go out there and execute. I mean, I want to have crazy stats, but it's just hard with the amount of playmakers that we have.
Tell us about that pick six. What was that like?
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. I kind of my guy, he ran a hitch route, and I kind of backed off him a little bit, trying to bait the quarterback, and then he threw it, and I just broke on the ball.
You did, and you had a little bit of ground to run there too, with 30-something yards, or I mean, it was a great run after the interception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know what I was going to ask while I got kind of stammered and stuttered. There were actually, to be honest with you, there's 2 or 3 names came to our mind up with the OSN covering the game about who is the MVP, and 2 or 3 candidates. Centurial had a great game, several did, but my mind went to you because yours came early on and it really set the momentum and set the stage for a good play. So you caught those touchdown passes, and 2 of them. TJ got a touchdown pass. You got that interception run back. So just congratulations to you. That was great. OSN player of the game,
wonderful,
player of the week also, and then MVP for the coaches.
Wonderful game. I'm going to give you a little bit of advantage here. Your high school principal is sitting back in the corner over there, and as the MVP, you get to say something that you really like. Since you can butter up to him, okay, that's just the advantage of being an MVP. What do you want to say to the young man sitting in the back there?
You're my favorite principal, and can I have some bingo points, please? Please.
That's fantastic.
Alex, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sorry, I stammered and stuttered a little bit. I had several things I'm thinking about, including these coats. So
Alex, let's go produce.
So Alex's mom got onto me for passing the mic and retiring because she wanted me to announce all through the boys' games.
Right.
But they got a big improvement by me stepping down when I did. But anyway, she's going to be so proud that I know she is proud of you and Alec. You and Ashton. And so we wish you the very best.
Young man, let's go get another big W tomorrow night.
We'll take a break here. When we get back, we will be joined by Mr. Adam Hull, the principal of Newcastle High School, and we'll be getting the keys to the game from Mr. Hull and from Keith. We'll be right back. You're watching the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Stuck inside for Wi-Fi? Not this summer. With Pioneer Fiber, get backyard Wi-Fi up to 950 feet from your home. So you can binge, game, Zoom, or work straight from your hammock. Add it for just $9.95 a month or get it free with a gig bundle. That's cheaper than your cold brew fix. Visit a Pioneer store or gopioneer.com and level up your summer.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeboat. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
And we are back. You're watching the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network, the Newcastle Racers Coaches Show.
Wow.
How much fun is this?
I'm going to tell you, big win, fun night coming tomorrow night.
We're wrapping up. This is our final segment, and we're so pleased to have with us the Newcastle High School principal, Mr. Adam Hull. Adam and I get along quite well. We bump into each other. The only thing he did to me one time, he arranged for a student to ask me to leave the field during a practice session.
You told me that story.
And
You
I
told
said,
me.
what? And I looked. He said, yeah, Mr. Hull said you need to leave. And I looked up, and Adam was just laughing his head off up there. So I said, I'm going to have to get him sometime. So, Mr. Hull, welcome. Tell us a little bit about how long you've been at Newcastle and how long as principal.
So I've been in Newcastle now for 8 years. This is my 4th year as the head principal. I was the assistant principal for 4 years before that.
Wow. You're still involved in you told me you're not, but for a long time he was involved with some other athletics besides football. So tell us about that life.
Yeah.
Because you hail from up north.
Yes,
right?
I'm from up north. Actually, Coach Wilson over there went to college in my hometown.
Really?
Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's where I'm from. So that was cool. And his senior year was my first year in Newcastle. So kind of to have that connection was really cool.
So what'd you do up there?
I was a hockey player. I'm a hockey player, born forever. Coached hockey. Hockey brought me to Oklahoma. So,
okay.
Yep.
And you've officiated hockey games down here, right?
I have.
For a while.
Yep. After I got done playing, I started refereeing hockey, and I worked my way through the college and up into the pros, and did that for a long time.
Well, I watched the kids interface with you, and I think they get along with you quite well. So I'm glad for that. Go ahead, Keith.
Adam, question for you. I grew up, let's see, it's been about 40 years ago in school, but I had an incredible principal, Miss Hilburn, and she was such an incredible leader. And I'm just curious, I know you can't do that. She walked down the halls with a stick, okay? And she'd reach over and tap you, okay? But still, 40 years later, what an incredible just remark that she made on my life. And how do you think that you kind of control what's going on in the hallways at the school? Or
what kind of leadership?
What kind of leadership are you on that?
So one thing that I like to tell everybody that comes to Newcastle is I have 808 students, but I treat them like my own. So I tell everybody I've got 810 kids. When people want to ask, I've got 2 that live at home with me, and then I've got 808 that are in school with me. And so when you get to know the students by name, by face, and you're walking down the halls and you just know who they are, it's amazing what happens inside the building.
It is fantastic. Well, I'm going to tell you, for us that are just fans and for you guys that are actually administrators, you drive by the high school, and for me, I just drive by, and it just kind of swells up with pride. And my kids went to school here, and so I just kind of adopted this as my home.
And
but
now all the construction.
And you drive by and you see the
goodness.
construction, and you see – and so how is that going to help you? Is it new lunchrooms? Tell the listeners and the watchers, is it new lunchroom, what's going on there?
A lot, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. It is awesome. We are getting, we got a facelift, on the inside of the building this summer. So we got all new paint, new floors, new ceilings in both buildings.
On existing buildings.
On the 2 existing buildings that we have.
Which we had to do because, had to make use of what we had, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
And then because we had 2 buildings, we decided to connect the 2 buildings, build a brand new cafeteria with a 2-story addition coming off of that. Huge band building on the back of the auditorium, which is also a tornado safe room.
Yes.
So, it's...
So our kids will all be able to eat together in a cafeteria, which they haven't ever been able to do.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
It's amazing. And I had the pleasure of sitting on just a couple of bond issue or planning or whatever. And Mr. Hull was at every one of those, put his word in there for this, that, and everything for the high school.
And I'm pretty sure he's going to actually have a decent office now.
It'll be a little bit bigger than what I'm currently living in. The closet behind the stairs is kind of where I'm at.
That's fantastic.
Okay, talking about football, you're kind of into it, aren't you?
I'm learning more about the game the longer I spend in Oklahoma. That's for sure.
He doesn't have a football background, perhaps, but I watch him. He's at the games, he's at practices, and he gets involved in revving the kids up, right?
That's the goal.
We kind of had that text going along there, and I couldn't figure out what you guys were talking about. I don't know if you're digging him here or what, but anyway, I know he's into sports, but I didn't know how close he was into football because obviously he's a hockey guy.
Yeah. So I got to spend some time with the kickers early on in my time here, and I didn't understand why they couldn't just kick it through the uprights on every time they kicked the ball. So I said, let's make that a goal. Let's see if we can make that happen. So I keep hoping to see one kickoff
from the kickoff,
one kickoff through the uprights. That's the goal I have for these guys.
Man, I'd like to be that kicker in school the next day when it finally do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And what an awesome group of kickers we've had. Last year we had 4.
Yep.
Two of them just alternated all the time, and then the other 2 got in there too. Now we're down to 2, but still great.
Yep.
And I know we've got younger. So are you in there talking to 9th graders and 8th graders?
I'm trying to. I mean, we're trying to build them up as much as we can.
Good.
It's hard to take them away from the soccer season.
And I'm going to tell you this: if you can continue on where we're kicking out of the end zone every time, you just keep bringing them to us. 6th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders. I don't care how old they are. They can kick like that. We'll continue on. We got a big ball game tomorrow night. Our kids are talented. What would you say to our kids, and what would you say to our fans that's coming out to the ball game tomorrow night? It's going to be a long line. There's going to be a lot of people there.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game. I'm going to have to echo Coach Blue here, and I mean, the fans need to be loud and proud like they've been. I was super excited to see our student section have some unity last week, and start putting some chants together that worked, that actually stuck, and you could hear them across the field.
You put some what?
Some chants.
Really?
I didn't put them together.
I thought you said you
put them together.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
I got really
just
impressed
listened
there
to
for a
them.
minute. I was like, really? You put those together?
No. I just let them go, and I have to calm them down when I need to, but I haven't had that problem yet.
They were so loud. When we went back and watched it again on OSN, they were incredible. It sounded really, really good.
They're really, really good. We want to remind everyone, we're going to wrap up here in just a few moments. Before we let Mr. Hull leave, we're going to get his keys to the game. Just want to remind everybody, as I mentioned a moment ago, we have one more non-district game, which is Elgin here at Racer Stadium tomorrow night. And then district play begins, and we kick off district play against Duncan, and this year we travel to Duncan.
Yes.
And Duncan is not going to be happy that our very first 5A game last year, we prevailed over them. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have their plans in place, and their fans are going to be out there in Halliburton Stadium.
Anytime we beat Duncan, I'm happy.
So, we don't want to get ahead of the game. Tomorrow night here at Racer Stadium, get ready to go on the road to Duncan. After that, we have the month of October. We're at home the entire month of October. There's a bye week in there, but the other 3 games are at home. And I call it the MCL. That's what my way of remembering it. Midwest City, Classen, and Lawton Mac. And so a big month of October coming up here, and then we wrap up the season with 2 more 2 more district games, Bishop McGinnis and Southeast. So that's just reminding people of the schedule. It's going to be a fun schedule. And then in that month of October, we have homecoming, one of our homecoming games. So keep an eye on that. So, well, we heard the coaches' comments, and so now the question is, what are you guys expecting to see? So, Adam, what would you say are keys to the game tomorrow night?
Well, from what I've learned, football's a really simple game. If you score more points than the other team, you win. So I would suggest if we do that, we've got this.
And that's why he's principal.
That is very true.
He told me he was going to say that, and I told him I'm going to hold him to more than that. But
that is a very accurate statement.
And keys of the game would be kicking.
Kicking, absolutely. Yep, right. We're going to kick it all the way through, and we're going to hit them harder. We're going to run faster, and we're going to catch all of our passes. And if we do that, I mean, it's just, from what I've seen, that works, right?
Yeah, I think you got it. And that's not even coach speak. That's Adam speak. How about you?
Yeah.
Can you top that? Can you add to that?
I'll tell you, Gene, is that we need everybody in town to be at the ball game. Mm-hmm. Okay, that crowd needs to be a difference maker. If you want to say the 12th man, then it needs to be the 12th man. But I'll tell you, if our front line on the offense and our front line on the defense block and they protect like they did last week, and we continue to just control the ground, if we continue to have great quarterback protection, we're going to come back next week. We're going to be talking about a big W again. And so that we got to control the ball, and we got to control. We can't make any mistakes that give them free points.
Keith, I'm gonna have to sit with you tomorrow night so you can tell me what control the ground means.
Well,
and try and teach me this game a little bit more.
You come over, we'll talk football all the time, and I'll be on the sidelines. I have a great view, and I get to hear everything from on the chains, okay?
So, Keith, I really agree with what you just said. And this team, we're kind of following a similar pattern of last year in that the team gets better every week. We had a couple of losses last year. We got so much better. We improved after that. So this coaching staff and the players have that ability to step forward and step up.
Gene,
and
I know we're out of time, but I just got to say this. We had an incredible year last year, but look where we're at right now. And me and you talk about it. You look out that front windshield, and it makes me excited just looking where we're headed.
Well, just on behalf of OSN, Keith and I, we really enjoy the Coaches Show. We appreciate Luigi's here. We also appreciate the booster clubs and the parents and the administrative staff here at Newcastle. They all work together to make it a great, fun game. Game night tomorrow night is going to be a hoot.
Yes,
so,
it is.
So don't miss out. Come to the game. Join us back here next Thursday night at 6:30 on Oklahoma Sports Network. If you can't make it watch us on OSN, but if you get the possibility, come and watch us live here at Luigi. So,
Gene, it's my honor to be sitting next to you every week, my friend. I appreciate that.
The pleasure's mine. So thank you very much on behalf of Keith and myself. This is the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We'll see you next week.